Hello everyone, welcome back to Scented Moments channel. I'm Julima. I hope you're all well, hope you're all safe. And in this video I want to talk about my top 10 most dark and mysterious fragrances. So of course we are in the Halloween period and I think it's a good time to talk about this type of fragrances, some more resinous, smoky, woodier, woody fragrances that have a seductive, mysterious touch. So as usual, I have 5 designers and 5 niche fragrances, and in this specific list I will not be mentioning any of these fragrances in any specific order. So without further ado, let's talk about these fantastic scents. And starting in the designer side of things, I have a fragrance from the house of Gucci, and actually I think this is discontinued, although I'm not very sure about that. What I know is that this is still available in the online discounters, for example Laudano, at least here in Portugal. And this is one of the best, if not the best, Gucci fragrance in my opinion, and definitely it's the best mainstream oud scent. So it is Gucci Intense Oud, this one right here. I really do like the bottle presentation. The glass is very thick, heavy. The cap is also very heavy and it clicks into place so you can pick it up from the cap. I really do like the bottle presentation of Gucci Intense Oud, and man, this is amazing. This fragrance is often compared with Black Afgano by Nasomato, and while I can see the comparison, but this goes in the other direction. I mean, first of all, this is not as heavy and not as intense as Black Afgano. This is more elegant, I would say. Of course, the oud here, it's more of a dark woods rather than a fecal or a very heavy oud scent. No, this is a more tamed down oud, dark woods, hence why I'm saying it's more about dark woods, and very heavy on the incense. This is very intensely dark, foresty, but very masculine. This is rugged and still elegant and sophisticated. Oh, man, this is fantastic. Quite dark, quite mysterious, and the performance is fantastic. I mean, we are talking about 20 hours in terms of longevity. At least on my skin, it's crazy. The projection, the projection is also fantastic. Overall, beastly performance, as a lot of people say. Great performance, and the scent is fantastic. If you are searching for an oud scent, your first oud fragrance, I think this is a must try. This is the best oud type of oud fragrance in the more designer realm. This is the best one. If you want another alternative, maybe more available, is from Hugo Boss, and it is Boss Bottled Oud. That's also fantastic. Not as dark, not as sophisticated as this one. That one from Hugo Boss is more fruity, but still, it's a great alternative. This one though, it's still my preference. Gucci Intense Oud, absolutely fantastic. The next fragrance I have here is from the house of Zadig Voltaire, and you all know how much I love this fragrance. It is This Is Him, which has been getting a lot of attention lately. I did a review last year, actually it was almost a year ago that I did a review of this one. Stunning discovery back then. This is fantastic. This is amazing. This is incense. This is sandalwood. This is spices. It has a dark nature in here. Although, out of the designer fragrances that I have here, this is less darker. This is a bit lighter. When comparing with the other fragrances, for example, when comparing with Gucci Intense Oud, I think this is less darker, slightly less darker. But I mean, The incense here, it's fantastic. It's quite unique for a designer and it's very well blended, great quality. I love this the sandalwood with incense here, great combo, quite spicy. It's amazing, I love it. Zadig Voltaire, this is him. This is very seductive, this is very sexy. This is perfect for me, this is the perfect date night fragrance. It's Zadig Voltaire, this is him. This will not project all that much, but the longevity is fantastic, will last you through the entire day. So I think the performance isn't an issue, at least for me, although you will not fill a room with this one, which is good, and that's why this is mysterious, that's why this is seductive, that's why this is sexy. It's quite masculine in my opinion, although can lean more unisex because of still has some sweetness in here, some creamy sweetness underlying the sandalwood, so I think this can lean a bit more unisex also, but it's fantastic. It has that bad boy feel, mysterious bad boy feel. It's amazing. I absolutely love this fragrance. Dark, seductive and mysterious is this one. Zadig Voltaire, this is him, and this is an Eau de Toilette concentration. And the next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Loewe, and it is Loewe 7 Anonimo. So Loewe is a designer Spanish brand, and this fragrance is a true hidden gem. I love this, it was love at first sniff for me. This is amazing. I think I featured this fragrance just once in a video, and I think it was an honorable mention, I don't remember. It was about my top 10 best affordable fragrances, which I recorded some months ago already. This fragrance is in the price range, at least in the online discounters here in Portugal and Europe, is in between the 60 euros, 65 euros. So I mean, it's not crazy cheap, but also it's not very expensive. This is a 100 ml bottle size and the concentration is Eau de Parfum. So I think it's still affordable for what you get, and the scent is amazing. This is very resinous, this is very incensey and very leathery. This is amazing. The performance, this is very intense also. The performance is also quite good on my, or at least on my skin, on my experience. This is perfect for the cold weather, and that's why I will definitely feature this fragrance much more often from now on, because the scent character is like any other that I smelled in the designer realm. This smells like a niche fragrance. Imagine this fragrance. This for me is a Fille en Anguille from Serge Lutens, but without that piney note. And much more resinous, a more resinous and less piney Fille en Anguille from Serge Lutens. It's the best way that I can describe this fragrance, and definitely it's more sweet, has more sweetness here. Maybe it's the amber. So this has incense, this has leather, this has resins, and this is dark, this is mysterious, this is very seductive. And you can fill a room in the first couple of hours, so you need to go easy on the trigger with this one. But as this set starts to settle is when the seductive, mysterious part enters. It is amazing. I love this one. Will be definitely featured on my upcoming top 10 best winter fragrances of this year. Is Loewe 7 Anonimo. Amazing. The next fragrance that I want to mention is from house of Valentino and doesn't need any introduction. All of you, or at least almost all of you, know this fragrance. It is Valentino Uomo Intense. This one right here. This is my second bottle actually. I had previously a 50 ml and now this is a 100 ml bottle. This doesn't need any introduction. I already did a video comparing this one with Prada L'Homme Intense, with Dior Homme Intense, with Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Parfum, so I already have that video. I think I never reviewed this one. I will. I think I will. This fragrance is amazing. This has dark chocolate. It's very chocolatey and it has a lot of iris. It's very heavy on the iris, very buttery, full on iris, very pasty. And you have this leather kick also in the base. It's fantastic, and hence why it's quite dark. But this one, it's more sexy. This is a more bougie. It's more out there, not tamed. It's not a reserved fragrance. No, this is, if you want to shine, it's with this one. It's with Valentino Uomo Intense. A perfect or almost perfect date night scent in the realm of Zadig Voltaire. Although Zadig Voltaire for me it's more seductive, it's more mysterious than this one. This is the playboy, the party boy, man, that wants to play the mysterious part, the mysterious guy. So this is fantastic. Again, dark chocolate, has iris, a lot of iris, has that makeup-y feel, although not very heavy, and that makeup-y nuance fades away as it starts to develop, and then you have leather, have woods. I mean, it's amazing. I love this. It's Valentino Uomo Intense, and the performance is really good. And finally, from the house of Tom Ford, I have to mention two fragrances from Tom Ford, and I could easily feature another one, but well, for the sake of this video, I really needed to mention these two fragrances. First of all, it's a classic already. I love this, although it wasn't love at first sniff, is Tom Ford Black Orchid Eau de Parfum. This is dark. Oh man. This is complex. It's rich. Oh, but it's so sexy. So sexy. It's amazing. You have truffles. You have this black orchid accord. You have incense. You have a lot of patchouli. It's damp. It's dark. It's bitter. It's sweet. It's everything. It's smoky. Wow, this is intoxicating. This is like a narcotic fragrance. Black Orchid Eau de Parfum from Tom Ford doesn't need any introduction. It's very well known. This is the Eau de Parfum concentration, so this is very well known. And this is a 50 ml bottle size. I love this. This is strictly unisex in my opinion, although can lean even more masculine than feminine in my experience at least, but strictly unisex. It is Black Orchid from Tom Ford and the other fragrance from Tom Ford. And this is also from the more mainstream line. It's from the Noir line, and it is Tom Ford Noir Eau de Parfum. Now this fragrance, this smells like, and this will be weird, like a foggy night at the cemetery. Basically, it's what it smells like. This is very dark. This has a powdery nuance in here. I think this has like powdery accords. And it's smoky. It's suede, has like a musky suede accord, which goes in a funky, slightly funky territory, I will even say. And it's quite dark. This has some earthiness from patchouli. Although I'm not sure if this has patchouli, but at least for me from the spray. It's been a while actually that I use this one, but from the spray, literally smells like this has like an earthy patchouli in here. This is amazing. I definitely need to wear this one much more often. Although From all of the fragrances, design fragrances that I mentioned, this is definitely the most daring, the most avant-garde fragrance. This is not for everyone, because all the notes here, the powderiness, the smoky nuance, earthy nuances, the slightly funky feel that this fragrance has, it's not for everyone. And from the times that I wore this, if you are thinking about compliments, I mean, it's not the fragrance to get compliments. Also, I never received any bad feedback from this one, but definitely not the fragrance that will catch a lot of attention. But on my view, this is very dark, this is mysterious, because it's different, because it's very unique, and for me, it's quite sexy because of that. I love this fragrance. It's Tom Ford Noir Eau de Parfum. This is the 100 ml bottle size. I love this one. And with the designer fragrances already listed, now let's dive into niche fragrances. And I have 5 niche fragrances here, and again, I will feature them in a no specific order. So starting off with Tiziana Terenzi. I really like their house, although not my favorite, not in my top 5, but I really do like. If I would do a top 10, definitely would be featured there. And from the house of Tiziana Terenzi, this one, I think this is my favorite so far, and it is Laudano Nero. Laudano Nero is often compared with Black Afgano, another fragrance that it's compared with Black Afgano, and I can see that also, but has nothing to do with Gucci Intense Oud. For me, it's very different from Gucci Intense Oud. This fragrance is very complex. This fragrance has brandy, not brandy, but cognac. Has cognac, so it's quite boozy right from the opening. But this fragrance is resinous, heavy on the resins. This has Laudano, this has frankincense, this has myrrh, this has oud. So this has a lot of dark, heavy notes in here, but the end result is amazing. Is this dark, boozy, sexy, very avant-garde fragrance. And very intense, very rich, opulent. This is an extrait de parfum, so of course, in terms of performance, you will not have any issues whatsoever. At least I don't have any issues. And all the times that I wore this fragrance, I always receive good feedback, because this fragrance, it's very masculine, it's bold, and the sweetness in here from the resins, from the cognac, makes this more likable. So I love this one. Dark, this is intense, this is rich, quite mysterious and sexy. It's Laudano Nero from Tiziana Terenzi. I can see the resemblance with Black Afgano, but it's still different. Black Afgano doesn't have any boozy nuances. This one has, and Black Afgano, I feel that it's a bit more dry than this one and less sweet than this one. Love this one. Black Afgano also, it's fantastic from Nasomatto. I think it's a masterpiece. This one is also really good in the same realm, but it's in the same category, but still different. So Laudano Nero from Tiziana Terenzi. The next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Stefano Merlucas, and the fragrance is Mortal Skin. Absolutely gorgeous looking bottle. Some of you might find this a bit tacky, but I love this bottle. It feels very regal, it feels very narcotic, like the scent is. So the scent inside, I already did a review of this one actually. Man, this is intoxicating, this is narcotic. This has ink, this has blackberry, a heavy dose of blackberry. So it's fruity, it's inky, it's dark. So you have also a lot of frankincense, you have a lot of resins, you have a pulpanax, you have myrrh in here, you have leather, you have dark woods. this fragrance is fantastic. It's a bit sweet because of the blackberry note. It's amazing. I love this. This is dark, this is mysterious, and this is incredibly sensual. Mortal Skin, the performance, I mean, will not project all that much. This is more about a skin scent. I mean, it creates a nice sensual around you, but the lasting power is really good. I mean, this will last you 8 hours easily, but this will not scream off your skin, which is good because this fragrance, it's quite heavy on itself, so not having that big of a projection, it's quite good, so which make this fragrance a great option for date night scenarios. This is fantastic. I love this one. If you want to stand out, this is the one to go. Is Mortal Skin from Stefano Barluca. The next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Robe Piguet. And this is a very underrated fragrance, which I already featured in, well, 5 Hidden Gem, Underrated Gems video. So from the house of Robe Piguet, it is Bois Noir. So Bois Noir, it's all about resins. It's all about woods. This is smoky. It's very heavy on the resins. It's very resinous. A lot of resins in here, myrrh or Popanax. Quite sweet, has a sweet nuance in here. Maybe this has a bit of amber, smoky and very woodsy. This fragrance is a hidden gem. If you like fragrances like Laudano Nero, like Black Afghano, I mean, I'm not saying that this is even inspired by that fragrance or by these fragrances, not at all, but if you like this genre, this dark, resinous, woody fragrances, this is such a fantastic choice, at least to try. Bois Noir from Robe Piguet, the performance is fantastic, and this is very elegant. This is not rough, this is not very rugged, this is very elegant, very refined, it's tamed, although very heavy and very rich, but the end result is a fantastic blend. A fantastic blend, very sophisticated, and again, quite mysterious. Great performance. This is a Eau de Parfum concentration, is Bois Noir from Robe Piguet. Definitely needs a review. The next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Amouage, and of course an Amouage needed to be featured in this video, and I think is, if not my favorite, definitely on my top 2. It is Amouage Memoir Man, and I mean, the bottle, the color of the bottle says everything. Memoir Man, although for me this is quite dark, like you are in the dark forest. This has some green herbal nuances because this has mint, this has sage, so this has like a slightly fresh green and herbal nuances. Although for me, overall, this is a very heavy in frankincense. One of the best frankincense fragrances in my opinion. Very heavy on the frankincense, very resinous, very woodsy. So the end result as an overall scent, this is smoky or incensey, very resinous, dark, but it has this herbal, green, fresh nuances to help to, that actually refines this fragrance, makes this fragrance a bit more unique, actually gives a more unique touch to this scent, and makes it even more wearable and more likable. Yeah, it's fantastic. I love the mint in here, actually. It's very well put together. It doesn't have that toothpaste feel, which I actually don't like at all. It's very well done. It's fantastic. Memoir Man is also dark, also mysterious, quite masculine in my opinion, although, I mean, all fragrances are unisex, all depends on your taste and how this fragrance comes off your skin. On me, this is quite masculine, nonetheless, it's fantastic. The performance, this is an Amouage, so it's borderline nuclear, not as nuclear as interlude or even jubilation, but it goes in that direction, so you need to go easy on the trigger with this one. But Memoir Man is so good. It's so mysterious and it's very seductive, very manly, very gentlemanly scent. Love it. Is Amouage Memoir Man, and I love the bottle color of this one. And finally, last but not least, we have a Guerlain fragrance from the Les Absolus d'Orient, which I recently uploaded a video and it was an overview of this line, and this is the first fragrance from that line. It is Santal Royal from Guerlain from the Les Absolus d'Orient. So again, dark bottle. This fragrance has oud, has rose, and has sandalwood. Wow, but this is intense. I mean, I think out of all fragrances that I mentioned, this has even better performance than Laudano Nero. This fragrance is really nuclear. The main note here is rose. You have this sweet, jammy, but very dirty rose, very spicy, and immediately you get oud and sandalwood. Again, this is not the most natural smelling fragrance that you will find, but I think this is still amazing. Not all fragrances need to have that natural feel, although I love that feel, but not all fragrances will have it, and it's not because of that I will not like the fragrance. This is one of those cases. I love this fragrance. The rose, it's not carnal, but it's that jammy, sweet, but very dirty and spicy rose with oud, sandalwood, and the end result is fantastic. It's very heavy, dark, rich, very opulent, intense fragrance. A true oriental scent, in my opinion. It's so well done. I absolutely love this fragrance. I love this rose oud combo with sandalwood. Although sandalwood, and it's Santal Royal, which means like royal sandalwood. The sandalwood here, it's not the main player. It's more about the rose and the oud, and then the sandalwood. And even the spices here are more prominent than sandalwood. Sandalwood, it's more in the base of this fragrance, but nonetheless, it's there. It's still present, and this is dark. This is very sexy, in my opinion. This is incredibly sexy, but you need to go easy on the trigger. This will last you through the entire day. Actually, this will last you for days, especially if you spray on your clothes. This will last days. So you need to go easy on the trigger with this one, or you even will choke yourself. You will feel overwhelmed with this fragrance. But this is dark, mysterious, sexy as hell. I love this. Is Santal Royal from Guerlain from the Les Absolus d'Orient collection. And guys, once again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below, what are your favorite dark and mysterious, sexy fragrances? Tell me everything in the comments down below, guys. I hope you're all doing well, and see you in the next video. Take care. Ciao.